And this is your girl to talk with Tiny. I'm out here. What's good? What's good? Thank you for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Had a little delay there. All right, checking my mic. And since I don't have any guests on here as yet, uh, just remember, if you would like to dialogue with me, just tune in. And if you want to elaborate or interject on anything that I'm saying and want to be a part of the live, just feel free to ask me. Put it in the chat box, and I will gladly share the link. So, with that being said, thank you for tuning in. This is your girl to talk with Tiny, coming back with another video and some things I'm going to be talking about. Obviously, I mean, there's other things, going on. Like, I will give you a quick rundown on as far as like Kamala Harris. She jumped out the race. That was a blessing in disguise. She didn't mean nobody no good. She actually sounds like Nancy Pelosi. She drags, and I'm telling you, the Monarch MK control is serious out here. Okay, y'all. Um, and there's a few other things that I would like to talk about as far as like things that are really going on abroad. Uh, People ain't really trying to talk about it. The first thing I want to get into is uh, the stock market. So for some reason, uh, this is acting funny today. Don't know why. That I would like to talk about. I don't know why and what had happened. But with that being said, I am going to pull up my notes again and reopen up some things here. For some reason, the things that I'm talking about is unwanted content. I'm being shadow banned and pretty much algorithm harassed. Um, Nonetheless, we all know that December 10th is right around the corner, and I am going to uh, thank God I keep a note of everything, right? Okay, so this is sad and more. Let me see something here. Sucks. I'm telling you, I'm being bullied here online, which kind of sucks because if you're not talking about uh, something that sorry for the inconvenience, but what I will be talking about here is um, Chrome. Chrome closed on me like nobody's business. Don't know what that was all about. But okay, so what we have here, and of course, this is from New York Post. And one thing is for sure, Trump supporters have been taught to, call everything fake news. But one thing I've learned to master is um, when they say something is fake, then it's really real. And with that being said, so the Dow drops 400 points after Trump says trade war could drag on. Now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average tumbled more than 400 points Tuesday after President Trump said that he has no deadline to end the trade war with China and that it could drag on beyond the 2020 election. Now, here's the deal. For those of you who know what time we are living in, these are some crucial times. And as you can see, when the economy does collapse, it will plunder. It will plunder. Either it will be too high or it will be too low. So 400 points is a lot. Okay. Um, that's basically telling me that not enough goods are coming in from China, apparently. And you know what? They're doing some shady stuff anyway. They literally sending in things that are going to poison us anyway, like the garlic that I reported on. They bleaching our garlic. I don't think that's fair. Garlic is a really important herb, that was created from the Most High Himself, that will fight certain things. I mean, like there's a recipe even to fight cancer with that. If you were to mix sour honey with garlic and leave it sit for a while and drink it, that can actually help you cure cancer. I don't know if anyone ever has ever heard of that, but I had did some study on that. And also, uh, with that being said, even though that does not have anything to do with this topic, as far as China sending in their garbage anyway, they just trying to poison us with their things, and they really inconvenient for us anyway. Anything that China can do, we can do better, because don't forget that our industries had left, okay, and they went overseas, to pay cheaper labor, and to just pretty much, buy cheap labor and slave people for cheaper, doing the same work, if not more. These people don't they work, I think they only get like 2 days off out of the whole month, which is, I think that's abuse, if you ask me. In some ways, I like the idea of waiting until after the election for the China deal. Trump told reporters in London, where he was due to attend a NATO summit. But they want to make a deal now, and we'll see whether or not the deal's going to be right. It's got to be right accordingly. One thing I noticed about Trump, uh, these folks are out here selling some garbage. They really promoting the cartel like nobody's business. They he's gonna be elected on the same thing that he was elected on maybe 4 years ago, approximately. With the war stuff. I mean, like, it's the same garbage over and over, same thing, just a different day, just a different year. Okay, and the remarks raised doubts about chances for Trump's phase one trade agreement with China, which, among other things, would include more Chinese purchases of U.S. crops and tighter intellectual property. Now, listen, protections for U.S. films and technology. One thing is for sure, China is unstoppable at this point. If you not see them, they are all over the place. Now, they just recently, I'm so proud of Jamaica. Rise up, big up, good things that go on, good things that go on. Big up, big up to Jamaica. They started kicking Chinese people out of their country, which is a phenomenal thing. It's what we need to be doing out here. We need to stop supporting these Chinese people, for they are deadly and detrimental to our communities. Nonetheless, when black people do go in their stuff, in their stores, okay, they want to follow them and treat them like crap. But yet, they have They advertise black girls wearing their weaves. They advertise black girls, they want your money, but they don't really want. Now, if you walk through their store and you call yourself not buying something, they want to, profile you. You know what I'm saying? They want to go and say, oh, well, you stole something, you picked something up. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't even like going in there shopping. Now, gradually, I'm not gonna lie, I do like Wish because everything is cheap, but we have to be careful when we shop from Wish right now. They sending in, things that we ain't got no business having, like, you know, like for example, they sending in mics and all kinds of types of chips and speakers in their clothes and their clothing. So we got to be careful how we order from them. They are really, really, they are spies to the heart. Okay, they are communists to the heart, and they don't have our best interests in their hearts. Nonetheless, they are struggling with Huawei. Now, fears of trade deal delay sent the stock markets reeling, with the Dow plunging more than 430 points Tuesday morning, off 1% to 27,354.95. Now, the thing about this is they came into this. So that means people are selling their shares at night is what's happening right now. Um, and actually, when the stock market is like this, I have experience with this. This is the best time to buy shares. Um, and you may want to buy shares and sell them real fast because they're gonna go down. You can buy shares for like 98 cents, a dollar, okay, $1 a share, and then when it goes up, okay, you can get rid of it in the middle of the night and sell and double your money and just jump right out. So that's just some experience. We never learned that in these indoctrination centers that they call schools. But nonetheless, Trump is clowning. And with that being said, I want to move on to this next topic right here with World War III that is so imminent, if you will. And they don't have any intention of stopping. So World War III. Let me go ahead and put that on the screen. Um, what is this? What do I have here? Okay, so I'm gonna stop the share button and go into this real quick. And I'm not gonna be on here too long. I just want to touch some. I want to touch on some sensitive topics that need to be told because people they not reporting on this. I guarantee you, folks are rooting for the crumbs. And I looked at the new Q crumbs. They made absolutely no sense, which I will probably put on the screen, but it ain't even worth it. It's just to show you how they manipulating. So apparently there's a new story about Trump. You got these fake Gentiles praying. There's a new story about him, and it's just about to just spread like wildfire. So they basically warn the people, how to control their minds. And there's a nothing type of burger here, nothing here to see, right? Right. So here we have. Am I on the screen real quick? Let me make sure. What's on my screen? All right. So we do have World War III on the screen. Okay. No wait. All right. So um this thing is acting up like really big time. And it's like I'm being censored. I'm being followed by idiots, because people intend to hate, man. They want to hate. They want to be it. All you got to do is be it, you know? Jeez. I don't even have a big following and I'm being censored, by a bunch of idiots, They keep buffering my stuff. That's what I'm going through out here, y'all. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how folks is just crazy and hating. But let me bring this back up. This is what's man, listen. Y'all see my struggle on this video for some reason. Now, back to what I was saying. So, World War III, chilling. U.S. is vulnerable. Warning over 1,000 megaton bomb exposed. Now I'm gonna wait for this to play. There's always something. This is crazy.
So talk me through, in terms of history, when does the atomic age give way to the thermonucleation? Can you tell me a little bit? You've talked about the level of destruction, but how much larger is the yield of those warheads?
Well, with a thermonuclear bomb, obviously the yield can be, later in the Cold War, the yield could be whatever you wanted. You could actually dial on the bombs what you wanted. So you could, the president could get out his little cards, which he always carries in his pocket, known as the biscuit, that's the nickname for it. And he could choose what he wanted. There are what's called menus in the briefcase that he always carries around with him. So he could choose a menu for what he wanted, choose which targets, which yield is going to be on each bomb. So really you can mix and match your nuclear bombs for ultimate destruction.
Man, now can you imagine what they have today? Can you imagine what they have today on the market? Like, we're talking about SpaceX, right? We're talking about nuclear satellite. Okay? And then these KGBs, man, they speaking loud. They speaking loud, they saying, oh my goodness, this can literally destroy the whole world. So what that tells me is any second right now, World War III is getting ready to hook off. While reports of developing a 100 megaton bomb are widely known, paper seen by Express. Now, what happened was, let me tell you something about this. Everyone in the world has stole America's technology. No, let me rephrase that. They didn't steal it. You had Israelis just selling that shit, giving it, making America vulnerable. But meanwhile, they want American soldiers to fight for them. Now, with that being said, I wanna just put a little insight about this, on the transhumanism robots that we have in the making. Okay. There's gonna come a point in time where we're gonna be up against, some serious autonomous robots. Okay, we're talking about some serious transhumanism robots that are like soulless. You know what I'm saying? And that right there will replicate. Okay, and it will start just killing people, killing off humanity, because have you not noticed they already lost algorithms, they already lost artificial intelligence. What happens is when it keeps growing and learning, they will do what they want and what they feel, and with wildfire towers feeding wildfire, that will be the only way that they can stop this. Okay, as long as they have these towers with Wi-Fi, though, 5G network, I mean, they would not be able to control these robots. So I'm talking about, this is worse than nuclear. Now, we do gradually have SpaceX. Everyone has duplicate technology. How vulnerable is America? Whatever they have ever created, now everyone around the world, for some strange reason, like I said, when Hillary Clinton and Obama was in the office, they was just selling America short because that was part of the plan. That was part of the, you got two different types of Jews going on, trying to get rid of America like nobody's business. You got the Khazarian mobsters, you got the Orthodox, you got the Ludovic Chabots. I mean, it's just crazy. And right now, what you're seeing is Democrats throwing right wing Benjamin Satan out of Jew out of his seat and out of his power is what we dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised. World War III, the single greatest threat to democracy, revealed. World War III preparation, where billionaires are building underground bunkers. Pictures, China left scrambling over Taiwan independence. We will go to war. Now, what happens is with Taiwan, they want Taiwan. You know what I'm saying? They and China then built some fake artificial lands, islands, where they keep wanting America to stay away from, and they will do anything in the world and anything possible to just go ahead and just start World War III. Now you had Trump the other day saying, if nope, he is so confident that America, because he's literally dependent on Israel, with the superpower junk that they got going on. Now, nonetheless, so when everybody starts throwing these damn rockets, there ain't no telling where we gonna land. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? They are really advertising World War III like nobody's business. And rather we know it, rather we accept it or not. But Trump had his little intake on that the other day. You know what I'm saying? Trump had his little intake on that the other day, and he made it very clear that he don't need Japan. He don't need Japan if Japan wants to fight, whatever. But his tone of voice, he made it seem like, well, we pay to occupy all these countries. Let me give you a great illustration. So Angela Merkel he's paying to protect Angela Merkel, and meanwhile she's buying oil from Russia anyway. It's pretty much what he said, and this is a part of history. This is what has been going on. Look at NATO. NATO is wanting protection from the United States, but they want their own so-called army right now. So every ally is pretty much done. You know what I mean? With the United States is what we facing right now. So let's keep that in mind. It's not a game. People just they get on here and they play with this shit, man. And this is from the USSR. Who sunk the USSR? You know what I'm saying? Nobody but Israel. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, let's get into that real quick. Israel is under some illusion with Iran. Okay, this is this is another thing. Israel's war with Iran will cause never before seen images. Okay, this is what we're dealing with. Now, let me make sure I'm on the screen. I sure is. Okay, so what happened just now in Iran was a coup. Hezbollah is demanding that Israel and America pay for reconstruction. Reconstruction. They want some money to rebuild their country after all the damages because they pretty much cooled him, right? We got a lot of coups going on right now. We got one in Israel right now with Benjamin Netanyahu, and then we're about to have one with Trump as well. So get ready, y'all, because this is pretty much it. And when it does come to America, the simple fact that everyone is so divided, even though we are living in some times where, the Bible said it would, brothers will go against sisters, and fathers will go against sons, and mothers will go against daughters, and neighbors would just do, just pretty much go against each other. Yeah, a war against Iran, and Hezbollah will see Israel pounded by over 1,000 rockets per day, causing never before seen images in the Jewish state. And unnamed former senior officer from the Israeli Air Force told the Jerusalem Post. Now listen, they are propaganda. They top dogs in propaganda. They love to make the world feel sorry for them. What's happening with these folks here? They pretend to be the chosen people. That's why the world is fearing them right now. But all they doing is fulfilling prophecy, trotting over the land. And I will be touching some base on that as I go along in here. Let me go ahead and get this. With the hidden ones. Today I will be talking about the hidden ones. How does this all go together with prophecy, Bible prophecy? And here we go. With the drama, in America, They are so oblivious to this knowledge. And here we go. Okay. So as you can see here, they already propagandering it, you know. They got you some photos here, you know, so you can feel sorry, you know, so you can feel sorry for this hideous nation, this foolish nation, if you will. And Americans swear that they're blessing the chosen people, but that's what it is, you know. The Most High is about to deal with these folks like nobody's business, like nobody's business. And now we're not even talking about the indigenous people, you know, and biblical portions, you know. These people, and there's some stories about the claim of Israelite descendant, you know. The patterns have a number of tradition and reminiscent of ancient Israel. Everything you see in here is not what it seems to be. And the reason why I'm stressing this today is so people can pull away from this and come back to sound doctrine and get away from this crazy stuff. Former senior Air Force officer warns that while Israel's foes have no interest in war, they may try taking advantage of government less Israel. Listen, the whole United Nation is about to pound this state out, and that's the truth and nothing but the truth. Okay, nothing but the truth. Okay. Now, there's another thing that goes with this, and that they just they live in illusion, if you will, what that goes with this. And where am I going with this? Because they have it all planned out, but the Most High got something better planned for their asses. And I'm, excuse my French, okay? So what we have here, okay, is a bunch of people. Israelis explain how they will know if the Messiah has arrived. Individual Israelis were selected at random for an interview to find out how they know the Messiah has arrived. Now, they plotting and scheming, okay? They plotting and scheming. They playing like they're the real Jews and they're not. How does all in conjunction with Bible prophecy? You will be surprised. You will be surprised. I did put this link in the description box below. So if you are curious and you want to hear from them and you want to hear their ideas and their crazy ass illusions, all by means, feel free to do what you gotta do. And I do have some more some news that I do want to report on. So with that being said, hopefully I will be going to my stash. And you know what? Everything what didn't happen to me. Okay, so pretty much here what I do have on my page, I saved it for now. And I want to talk about Twitter and their new policies. And also I will be talking about Mayor de Blasio. We'll be talking about a few things. All right. And I feel the need that is very important to talk about these things. So I will be moving on and moving along. All right. So what I will be talking about now is Twitter. Let's go into Twitter. I want to warn y'all about Twitter. Twitter, okay, came up with some new rules. As you can see, it's not only YouTube making some giant changes. I'm assuming it's going to be all YouTube. It's going to be YouTube, maybe even Snapchat, maybe Instagram, all these platforms, if you will, all at once. They will be pretty much changing things around and, trying to suffocate our freedom of speech. This is so important that we take heed to this. I cannot stress this enough. So what we have here on here is we have made some updates to our privacy policy. The updated privacy policy will go into effect on January 1st, 2020. You can find a copy of the updated privacy policy at the top of this page, followed by the current privacy policy below. Now, let me tell y'all something. We believe you should always know what data we collect from you and how we use it, and that you should have meaningful control over both. We want to empower you to make the best decisions about the information that you share with us. That's the basic purpose of this privacy. You should read this policy in full, but here are a few key things we hope you take away from it. Now, that was a little trigger right there. Okay. So you may want to screenshot this. Okay. You can feel free to screenshot this. I'm just giving you the rundown. Okay. If you do have a Twitter, you may want to know about this. You know what I'm saying? And here go the report violations. Now, one thing that hit me with this, that hit home with me, I'm going to get into this right now. Now, they are giving you options to do certain things. And this goes with agent. They giving you the opportunity to do their work for them. How to report violations. This article provides an overview of how to report potential violations of the Twitter rules and terms of services. How to report directly from a tweet or profile. You can report directly from an individual tweet, list, or profile for certain violations, including spam, abusive, or harmful content, inappropriate ads, self-harm, and impersonation. For information about reporting other types of violation, see how to report specific types of violations section below. Now listen, this right here is stealing your freedom of speech. It's pretty much where they at with it, okay? They're going to use, Republicans, like the right wingers, to censor. It's okay to be censored. Now, are they giving us an opportunity to fight back? In my humble opinion, hell no. Hell no. So everything you pretty much seeing right here on YouTube is pretty much what they doing. That's what this is what they basically, look. How to report profiles for violations. Open the profile you like to report. Select the overflow icon, select report, and then select type of issue you like to report. If you select there being abusive or harmful, we'll ask you to provide additional information about the issue you're reporting. We may also ask you to select additional tweets from the account you're reporting, so we have better context to evaluate your report. We will include the text of the tweets you reported and our follow-up emails and notifications to you. To opt out of receiving this information, please uncheck the box next to updates about this report. Can show these tweets. Once you've submitted your report, we'll provide recommendations for additional actions you can take to improve your Twitter experience. Now, listen, they're preparing us in the mind, okay? Because nonetheless, okay, this is what life is going to be like, okay? When the economy collapses, I mean, never mind. You better have some things you could trade because your money ain't going to be worth nothing. To go with another bang, another flash is coming to the earth. So if you ever seen the Book of Eli, it's funny how my new friend told me to go and watch that. And pretty much, people are just got their weapons. The people that were left to survive the war or whatever had happened, they had nothing but things to trade. We're gonna be going back into like shit, ancient, like the caveman days, if you will, is pretty much where we headed. But in the meantime, they need you. Okay, if you all sold out for this system, for this market to be system, and you are down with the go green, and you are pretty much going to, you're willing to earn credits. This is how they're gonna allow you to earn credits. So it's gonna be real easy, and that became a commonality thing, even also in China. You had Christians reporting Christians earning points to rat people out. That is the new style. Okay, that's why I tell you, Africans, do not let these fools in your country. This is it. This is a done deal. All right. So enough of that. I'm pretty much, where am I going with this? All right. So let's go ahead and get into some more. Where does this go? And how does this go with this? Right? So let's go to I'm gonna go with this one. All right. And how this how all connecting the dots. It's crazy how I can literally connect the dots, and where does this all go? So New York, to begin releasing 125,000 criminals and giving them housing funded by your money. Now, once upon a time, I would have probably said, you know what, that's a good thing because we've been oppressed and they owe that shit to us. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, But truth be told, let's get into this. Okay, so the criminal release program is part of a new program created by Bill de Blasio, which he's a communist, by the way, which eliminates bail for a number of crimes, including felonies. Now, this is another sign that the economy is getting ready to collapse, and they will not be able to jail and fund criminals. So what they're gonna come out with, they're probably chipping them as they come out through the door. Okay, this is their way of chipping them. Okay, some of these crimes that are no longer requiring bail are second-degree manslaughter, aggravated assault, third-degree assault, promoting and obscene sexual performance by a child, possessing an obscene sexual performance by a child, promoting a sexual performance by a child, failure to register as a sex offender, making terroristic threats, criminally negligent homicide, and aggravated, etc., homicide, period. Okay? So in total, at least 125,000 accused criminals are likely to be released from prison in New York City every year. According to an analysis by the John Jay College of Criminal Justice, those are at least 125,000 accused criminals who, even if charged with criminality, negligent homicide, would be released from prison the same day they were arrested. Now, Now, just yesterday, I had to mention that they are creating a new system that they have. They must be putting chips inside these people, without a shadow of a doubt. Um, Now they making a big fuss out of it. Of those of 125 released accused criminals, New York City will provide taxpayer-funded, subsidized housing, job training, and family counseling to 10,000 each year. They make it sound good. This is where they make it sound good, right here, right? Okay, tens of millions of dollars a year. Okay, so now where am I going with this? What? Okay, it's called the Insensitive Program. So I went and I looked this up, right? So let me go ahead and go and get that right there real quick. It's called the Insensitive Program that they have created. And Insensitive Program has been thriving for like a long time now. You know, Sensitive Program has been out. They pretty much been building a new city with this, if you will. So they got case studies, consumer sensitive, Zestful employee rewards, fully customized Zestful.com. So it's all about a reward program. Okay. Um, Once again, how does that all go together with this crazy credit? Go green. It's an insensitive program. Use rebates for insensitive groups. Let me see. What is an example of an insensitive? Definition of insensitive is something that makes someone want to do something or work harder. Okay, period. An example of insensitive is extra money offered to those employees who work extra hours on a project. Now, how many of us are going to be in these streets or on these damn internets working extra harder for some credit points just to damage your sister, just to damage your brother, just to damage your neighbors? It's pretty much where we at with this. Okay? And I had to, and I'm glad that I stumbled over that. So pretty much what they doing is they about to collapse the economy. As you can see, we've been down. Oh, and also, I want to get into this. So Amazon warehouse are called like sweatshops run by robots, ex-employee. Okay, so now where am I going with this? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, and what they are really doing. So it's very important that they come up with universal income. A universal income will be for those who are willing to snitch their neighbors out. So this lady is pretty much, telling you, Amazon warehouses are code like sweatshops run by robots, ex-employee, right? All right. Maureen took a job with Amazon when the retail, you know what? Let me go ahead and get to the main idea. Look it. I'm not afraid to work hard. I've been a waitress, a newsroom clerk, an EMT, and spent summers on a dairy farm in Ireland at every job. Okay, so your new job would not be, uh, your new job won't be uh, working in an industry or in these factories, if you will. They have robots. They have Alibaba coming out with some great things, right? You can go and check Alibaba out. You don't want to leave Alibaba out. Let's take a look at Alibaba. Alibaba is China's, thing right now. They've been doing the damn thing ever since. So insensitive programs, all right, is what we're going to be dealing with, right? Alibaba. Okay, so let's get into that. Now, Alibaba, let me get ahead and pull this up. And let's get familiar with these things that are coming your way because, truth be told, okay, So Alibaba.com official site leading, and by the way, you can't even go on there just like so. You have to send an email, and if they feel like letting you shop, they'll let you come on, right? So Alibaba.com manufactures, supplies, exports, and importers, right? So what do they have? They have robots, pretty much. Okay. They own Amazon robots. They own all the robots, artificial intelligence that controls Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. Okay. Pay attention to this real quick because this is so important. Is it safe to buy from Alibaba? Let's see. Personally, yes, it is safe. But do not take any chances since you are buying bulk. So why not go and try Alibaba agent, right? Did you catch that? Because I don't know if you caught that, but I know I did. You know what I mean? Can I buy from Alibaba? Yes, anyone can order from Alibaba. So let's go to Alibaba.com. This is the official site. And let's see what they have on the market. Pretty much everything, right? Everything, right? They have everything, right? This is pretty much what they sell, right? No, that is not what they sell. Okay. So that's the website that they'll show you, right? But how about Alibaba robots? Let's see that. Alibaba robots. Okay. Robotic warehouse. Alibaba warehouse and run almost entirely by robots. Look at that. Can't make this stuff up. Okay. Inside Alibaba smart warehouse staffed by robots. Do you think that they need any humans? They don't need humans. You know what I'm saying? Firm link to Alibaba opens China's biggest robot warehouse. Okay. To help deal Singles Day demand. Now, if you take a look at their robots, they pretty much gonna leave the whole United States of America jobless. Okay. And their goal is to control. All Chinese logistics firm, majority owned by Alibaba, period. Okay, has opened a warehouse with over 700 robots working in it to deal with the demand from Singles Day. Okay, so your new job, you won't need a job, right? 9 to 5, like how we do, and we go ahead and we become these hardworking people. You know, your job will pretty much be to snitch. Your job would be walking. Your job will be to earn credits. That's why it's very important that they push universal income. And where is it better to push that? Not in the hood. They take advantage of poverty state of mind people. They take advantage of the oppressed. Period. They know that if this is another way to sell your soul. By the way, let me make this real clear, okay? I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you go ahead and receive a job like this and you have a chip in you, and you are hoarding digital points by harming people, because it may not sound right now, but if you look at Sweden and you go and you do some research, you will see these young girls prostituting themselves basically on the street because they don't have an income, because they don't have the chip, because everything else has already been pretty much become digital at this point. So 2020 in America, let me tell you something. Something far way more sinister is getting ready to take place and hook off in America. And whether we know it or not. And big up to the children nowadays. You know, I don't condone this, but truthfully, I've seen something that I thought was different, and I just felt the need to talk about it. Let me get rid of this. We talked about that. And what do I have here? Actually, I want to talk about this. Off-duty police. And I'm going to save the best for last so we can know what's coming our way. Off-duty police officer attacked by teens after helping woman who said phone was stolen.
My daughter is Bella. She was diagnosed with anaplastic ependymoma tumor. The people are doing their job so good and carefully that every child is special for them. By the grace of God, we have reached to St. Jude and we have got a lot treatment, accommodation, transportation, food, everything, and they will not charge you anything. It's hard to believe that it's happening in this world.
Thanks to y'all.
Surveillance video shows an off-duty CHP officer being attacked by a group of teenagers at a Bay Street Mall in Emeryville. The officer was trying to help a woman whose phone had been stolen.
It was a melee. It was chaotic, and it was a really scary situation. It should have never gotten to this point.
The officer, who wanted to be identified only as Greg B., tried to run away from his attackers, but they surrounded him, beat, and choked him almost to the point of unconsciousness.
But I know that when I let him go, he's going to swing at me. You know, so I let him go. I push him, and sure enough, he turns around, he swings at me, and I back up, and that's when one of his friends came up behind me and struck me in the back of the head.
It all started when the woman in the white jacket went up to the group on Friday night, accusing one of them of taking her cell phone minutes earlier.
She confronted them asking for her phone back. During the confrontation, the juveniles got aggressive with the victim and began to assault the victim.
You see the officer in the blue jean jacket and black pants coming to help her. The officer says he tried to secretly take these pictures of the group, but a teenage girl with the group noticed what he was doing.
The group then turned towards him and became violent with him.
One teenager runs at the officer and hits him. Another boy punches him. The officer runs off, but he's surrounded and attacked again. This is another video showing the fight as security tries to intervene.
He's a cop. I'm security too.
I was exhausted afterwards and mentally exhausted.
The officer, a former correctional officer at San Quentin Prison, says he never drew his gun. It was his girlfriend who told mall security that he was an off-duty officer.
There was a lot of restraint that had to be practiced at that point, and I had to do my best to stay in the moment.
The officer suffered a concussion, a broken finger, and bruises. He says this is the third time he stepped in to help someone at Bay Street.
I think this just came down to me not being able to look away and let this happen. I saw this young lady. She was going to be in a very bad situation.
Now, what I got out of that was the jet eye in these children is rising like nobody's business. And that's what we're dealing with. And I saved the best for last. Now, one thing I want to talk about that's really disturbing, what they're currently doing is mind-blowing, and how they pinpoint and play the blame game. Media pulls UN report after finding record high child detentions took place under Barack Obama, not Trump video. This is a bunch of bullshit, okay? Because now what they doing is they have these children in concentration camps, all these illegal immigrants in concentration camps. So what they're doing with them, okay, they're currently chipping them, okay? They chipping them with the mark of the beast, and they preparing them to do the work, like snitch and gain some credit points is pretty much where we at with it. And I just wanted to just do this video. As you can see, the enemy was attacking me like nobody's business. It's not hard to sound the alarm. You know what I'm saying? To be righteous and to sound the alarm. It's one thing to do news, but I'm not out here to be a news reporter. I'm just out here sounding the alarm. You know what I'm saying? And what they doing is they using people against people. It's pretty much where we at in this country right now, to attack one another. And the Most High showed me something, get ready for Civil War overlapping World War III. And I cannot stress this enough, okay? We have plenty of anarchies arising. They are hostile. They're very disrespectful. I have been harassed even here on my own channel, if you not noticed. And it was somebody that I came across and I did videos with once upon a time. But when you come in to know and the devil can't use you anymore, he will use those to attack you. Pretty much where we at with it. So finding ourselves to be separate and set apart from these heathens, these serpents, these beasts of the field, these pagans with this false religion, okay, that scream Christianity and all these crazy religions. And by the way, freedom of speech has already been infringed, thanks to these Zionist Christians, the so-called right-wingers, the conservatives, okay? And for the record, the definition of conservative means to preserve yourself, okay? It's not a cult, okay? And they carry on like we don't know how to preserve ourselves. But what's going on right now is Black and Hispanic people, they're hiding behind us, okay? Like they have done forever, okay? They've drafted themselves in the slave book. They've, we've lived a great delusion for X amount of years in a lifetime and centuries. And now it is the end. It is the end of that marking period. It is a done deal with these Gentiles, okay? They need to start war because we know who we are, okay? We know who they are in the we know that we know their character in the book right now, and they're basically upset about that, okay? It's pretty much where we at with it, and I think that it's very important that we take heed to this. We need to, understand, Israel has been scattered among all nations. Okay, we have ancient signs of Israel. We have the throne over Israel. We have Ezekiel riddle, the sheep, Israel in India, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and the Caucasus, Israel in China, Israel in Japan, Israel in Africa, Israel in America, and the face of Israel. Is pretty much what we dealing with out here, okay? Now, me personally, I do not take this Bible for granted, okay? I do not take this word for granted. And I think that, everyone should really, truly, indeed acknowledge God's covenant. We're currently in a broken covenant. No matter how much they try to slice and dice it and say, oh, they, God has rejected them and the land has, you have a lot of these Gentiles preaching and false indoctrination, and people like myself, we're being attacked. We're being attacked by so-called demonic forces, illusionists, fairy tales, all kinds of types of people that take your stories and they'll go and they'll just, it's good to see some of them simmering down right now at this point, because the Most High has given me an eye of 3D. Okay, and the things that are coming out these folks' mouth, they so destined, okay? They so thirsty to be something that they're not. What is it to be conscious? You ever got hit on the head? Have you ever got banged in your head and you was incoherent? Huh? Instead of being coherent, it's pretty much what conscious means, okay? Stop taking conscious to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Most of y'all done bumped y'all damn heads. You're incoherent pretty much at this time. To be conservative means to preserve yourselves, period. You know what I'm saying? I don't need someone to come and tell me, you know, how do I preserve myself? I'm well mannered, you know. I stand my ground. Okay? Do not violate my 50 feet and we good. It's pretty much how I live my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't do what I don't want done to me. Okay? To be conscious, consciousness is to be coherent. And most of you who are claiming to be a conscious higher level, you are very much incoherent when it comes to discerning. Okay? You have to have true discernment. And that is one thing that I have is true discernment. I know how to discern. Now, when I sit here and I hear these men saying, oh, you know, it's not right for a woman to change. Let me get something straight here. I am not the teacher, okay? I am a watchman on the wall sounding the alarm. And the greatest thing about having true discernment is to discern y'all liars from the truth and to show how much of you, most of y'all are liars from the pit of hell. You live in your crazy ass illusions in your mind and you carry on like some fairy tales. But guess what? Once upon a time, when America is sinking, okay, you will be the character in a scary ass movie. And your consciousness will depend on being coherent. Okay? I want to see you, how you gonna be the Most High speaking now. Who will you call on? Who will you depend on? Your consciousness? I don't think so. Because we live not only by bread, but the words that come out of the Most High's mouth for us. So if you're not in tune with true doctrine, sound doctrine, okay, and you out here leading folks astray and all this blood that you have on your hand, the bigger your following, the bigger your views are, you're going to have to deal with the Most High. And you're going to be the character in the movie running for your life. And this is your girl to talk with Tiny. And this is just some words of wisdom. Stop clowning. Stop clowning with the lives of many. Stop playing God. Stop playing like you're something. And hurry up and get in tune with your Jedi. You better repent. You better get in the know. And you better be calling on the Most High. Because he said, he who endures to the end shall be saved. He who calls on my name shall be saved. You better be speaking the right name. We got a lot of dummies out here, you know. And this is not about speaking, being a teacher. Sounding the alarm is one thing, okay? Leading folks astray is another. And I'll be darned. Some of y'all got some damn nerve with y'all. You'll speak a truth, and then you go and you mess it up with some false indoctrination. This is your girl to talk with Tiny. And this is what we're dealing with. We dealt with this forever. We don't need more agents unless you're gaining points, unless you're feeding the belly of the beast. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. This is your girl to talk with Tiny. And I'm out of here.